Good day everyone, welcome to JD's channel. Today, we're going to discuss another topic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials. Thank you and God bless. Good day everyone, welcome again to JD's channel. For today's discussion, we will going to tackle all about mesh analysis. So let's get started. First, we will discuss what is mesh analysis. Second, what mesh analysis with current source. So we have two cases. So first, yan yung ating case 1 and case 2, and then we will discuss a problem with regards sa ating na-discuss na theory sa mesh analysis. Okay. So for introduction class, having understood the fundamental laws of circuit theory like yung ating na-discuss or napag-aralan nyo na nung DC, Ohm's Law, and yung nakaraan na Kirchhoff's Law. Ano po? So, we are now prepared to apply these laws to develop two powerful technique for circuit analysis. So, una niyan is yung ating mesh analysis, and then, which is based on the systematic application of Kirchhoff's voltage law or yung KVL natin or yung kung saan tayo ay naglo-loop. And then the second one is the nodal analysis, which is based on the systematic application of Kirchhoff current law, which is yung di tayo nag-KCL, ano po, yan. So, what is mesh analysis? So, the solution of complex network are frequently be simplified by using system of loops or what we call mesh current instead of branch current of currently yun nga yung ating na-discuss before na Kirchhoff's law procedure. Itong mesh analysis na to is first proposed to ni James Clerk Maxwell, kung saan yun nga gumagamit lang siya ng looping, okay, to solve a particular network or complex network. The magnitude of current passing through it in each resistor is the algebraic sum of mesh current passing through it. Okay? Yan. Mesh analysis applies KVL to find a known current. Mesh analysis, also known as loop analysis or the mesh current method. The direction of mesh current is arbitrary, so it can be clockwise or counterclockwise. It's up to you kung anong gusto nyong way na gawin, pero yan, it does not affect the validity of solution. So either way, lalabas is pares na sagot. If hindi nagparehas, yan. So you need to check. Baka may na-miss kayo na sign or ano, yung lalo tayo nasa gamit natin is complex number, so maaaring nagmali tayo ng input sa calculus, so you have to check for that. Ano po? Kasi parehas lang ang lalabas dyan. It's in counterclockwise or clockwise. Gamitin ninyo, parehas lang po ang lalabas na result. So again, a mesh is loop which does not contain any other loop within it. Yeah, so malinaw na pag sinabi natin mesh, so isa lang yan. Ano po? Sa isang loop, isa lang siya within sa kanyang within. Walang other loop na nandoon sa kanya. Kasi kung merong other loop, so dito na papasok yung ating super mesh. Super mesh is the result, or super mesh result when two meshes have a dependent or independent current source in common. Yan. Halimbawa, nagkaroon ng sharing ng it's either dependent or independent current source. So, doon magkakaroon ng super mesh. So, mamaya makikita natin yung isang circuit na nandoon yung ating super mesh. Ano po? Ayan. So, sa ating illustration. Okay. Ayan. Ito for illustration. So, sabi dito, paths A, B, E. So, yung ating A, B, E, F, back to A. So, again, it's a closed loop. So, ito ay isang loop. And then, yung ating B, C, D, E, B. So, another loop. Okay. So, these two are the meshes or the loop. Ano po? We have loop 1 and loop 2. But, yung ating path na A, B, C, D, E, F, and then papuntang A, hindi po siya mesh. Okay? So, dapat walang other mesh or loop sa isang mesh. So, dapat walang otherwise, hindi yun isang mesh. Okay po? Or isang loop. So, a mesh is a loop which does not contain any other loops within it. The current through the mesh is known as the mesh current. So, kung tandaan niyo yun sa ating Kirchhoff, so ito yung ating mga branch current, yung dumadaan sa kada branch. And then, ayan, ito naman yung ating loop current, or mesh current. In mesh analysis, we are interested in applying KVL to find the mesh current in a given circuit. So yun, gamitan po natin is KVL po dito. Okay, so next, so we will discuss naman class yung mesh analysis with current source. So sa case 1 na tayo. So, ayan, sabi dito, applying mesh to circuit containing current sources, it's either dependent or independent, may appear complicated. But it is actually much easier than what we encountered because the presence of the current sources reduces the number of equations. So, at first kasi, lalo pagka mga babagong magsusolve ay mga students. So nabibigla, parang mukhang mahirap. Pero actually po, pinadadali niya po yung ating pagsusolve. Kaya pag meron tayong mga mga current sources. So let's consider the following two possible cases. So, ayan, mesh analysis with current source, case 1. So, ang sabi dito, so siguro na nyo na din to sa DC, pero ito na may theory lang nila, pares naman yon. So, when a current source exists only in one mesh, so like yung nakita natin dito, so yung ating 5 amperes dito, nasa isang mesh lang siya, or dito lang sa part na to, consider this circuit. So ito nga yung example natin. We set I2, okay, I2 is negative 5 amperes. So bakit class naging negative 5? So tatandaan niyo lagi, pag ang mesh current natin, and then meron tayong ditong current source, or ayan, may flow ng current dito, pag siya ay sumalungat, okay, ayan, sumalungat sa flow, or nagkaroon sila ng pagkasulungatan ng flow, so ito, counterclockwise, yung isa naman pataas, so magsasalubong sila. So, mangyayari dito, magiging value ng ating I2 is negative. Okay? Since may value na ito na, negative 5. So, Kaya siya ay naging negative 5. But if class, halimbawa, wala pa siyang value, let's say, I sub, diba, ito ay I sub O. Yan, I sub O. So, mangyayari niyan, I sub 2 is equals to negative I sub O if wala pa siyang value. Or pwede din mo ding ilagay siya, I sub O is equals to negative I sub 2. So, yun po yung rule noon. Pag siya naman po ay, pag siya naman po ay sumabay, halimbawa, ang flow ng ating current dito ay naging counterclockwise yun sa I2. So, ang mangyayari class, I2 is equals to positive 5 ampere. Or, pag naman siya ay walang value, halimbawa I sub O, ito, I2 is equals to positive I sub O. Ayan. So, yun po yung rule doon po dito sa ating mesh. Okay po? So, and then, ayan. So, write the mesh equation for the other mesh in the usual way. So, yan. Ano po? So, mag-loop ka lang dito. Ibig sabihin lang, hindi ka na kailangan mag-loop dito because we have the value na ng I2. So, isa na lang yung kukuhanin. Yun lang po yung ibig sabihin ng class. So, yan. And example na to is kasi is DC. Ano? So, anyways, pinakita ko lang naman yung theory. Ano po? Kasi i-apply natin yan sa AC, pag AC na. Okay. So, the next one is mesh analysis with current source case 2. Case 2, ano po? So, mesh analysis with current source case 2. So, when a current source exists between two meshes, a super mesh, of course, so ito yung class yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Ano po? Magkakaroon tayo ng mesh, ng super mesh. Ano? So, it exists when when a current source exists between two meshes. So, we create super mesh by excluding the current source and any element connected in series with it. So, for illustration, ayan, so class, as shown in figure below, we create super mesh in solving this kind of problem. So, ayan, initially, ito yung kanyang circuit. So, pansin nyo class, di ba meron tayo ditong loop and meron din tayong loop dito. At meron ding current source dito. So, siya is in between. Ayan, nasa gitna siya, ano, nitong dalawa nating mesh current. So, mangyari niya class, para ma-simplify natin yan, tatanggalin muna natin to. So, sabi doon, tatanggalin muna yung current. It is, ito ay tatanggalin kasama yung ating dito, element, kung ano man yan. Kung yan ay resistor, kung yan ay inductor, capacitor. So, tatanggalin po natin yan. And then, ayan, ito din, if ito ay dependent or independent, ano po? Ayan. So, para ma-simplify natin. So, ano? So, tanggalin muna natin and then magiging ganito na siya class pag sinimplify natin. So, ayan. And then, yung magiging loop natin dito, so, pag nag-loop ka dito, isang way na lang siya. Pares na yung kanyang way, ano po, pares counterclockwise. So, ang mangyayari lang, pag nag-loop ka dito, ang iyong ilalagay na current is I sub 1. Ano, since ang I sub 1 na nandito, so tingnan mo pa rin ito. So, sa I sub 1 siya. And then dito naman sa 10 is I sub 2 at saka dun sa 4. Ano po, hindi pwedeng I sub 1 ang ilalagay mo doon. So, dito pa rin sila. Kumbaga may hati pa rin. At ayun, kung ano yung dadaanan na current dito. So, for I1 lang yon, and then dito naman is I2 and I2 lang din dito. Okay? So, ayan, yun na po yung ating case 2. Ano po yung ating super mesh. Ayan, karoon tayo ng super mesh if meron tayong independent current source or dependent. So, basta may current source na in between ng ating mga loop or mesh currents. Okay? So, super mesh result when two mesh have, yan, sabi nga is dependent or independent current in common. Yan. So, ayan. And then yan, meron din properties itong super mesh. So, alamin natin yung mga properties niya. So, the current source in super mesh is not completely ignored. Ayan. It provides the constraint. It provides the constraint equation necessary to solve for mesh current. So, kaya lang natin ginagawa yung tinatanggal natin kanina is for us to be able to solve for mesh current. And then, pag nakuha na natin yung value ng ating mesh current or naka-solve na tayo ng mesh current natin, babalik muli natin siya dun sa original niya. Ano? Ayan. And also, ayan, super mesh has no current of its own. Super mesh requires the application of both KVL and KCL. Di ba sabi natin, pag mesh is KVL lang. Ano? So, in this case, pag siya ay pumatak na super mesh, ano po, we are also allowed to use KCL. Ano po? Kasi once na binalik natin yung current source, ano po, so we can use KCL doon sa part na yon para makadagdag siya ng equation to solve the problem. Ano? So yung complex problem na ating sinusolve. So this class is the properties of super mesh. Ayan. So, yan. Pang-apat na tayo. So, solving problems na tayo. Okay, so prepare your ball pen, calcu, and pen. So, and sulat nyo dyan, tayo ay magsusolve na. Okay, so yung mga natuto natin about mesh, and case 1, case 2, ano po, we will apply dito sa ating problem solving. So, before tayo mag-go sa ating problem, we must follow this procedure para di tayo magkamali. So, unang-una, assign mesh current. So, I1, I2, or hanggang ilang bang loop yun. So, into the n meshes. Secondly, apply KVL to each of the n meshes. Use Ohm's law to express the voltage in terms of the mesh currents. Yan. And lastly, solve the resulting n simultaneous equation to get mesh current. So ito na po yung ating procedure, and let's proceed sa ating problem. So sample problem number 1. Okay, determine the current I sub O in the current of figure below using mesh analysis. Okay, so yun, may pamilyar, ano, saan kaya ito papatak. Okay, and then ito yung ating I sub O, ito yung flow niya, and okay, let's proceed na sa ating solution. Okay, so first, assign mesh current I sub O, I sub 2, okay, into the n meshes. So, nag-assign na tayo ng flow, so ito yung aking I1, I2, I3. So, it's up to you kung anong gusto nyong maging, ano. So, pwede naman ito mag I1 nyo. Ito ay I3, I2. So, it's up to you. So, parehas lang naman din ang magiging kalabasan yan. At, ayan. Ito lang yung aking ginawa. Okay? So, ayan. Nag-assign na tayo ngayon. So, pare-para siya ng flow counterclockwise. Clockwise. Clockwise, ano po? Clockwise direction. So, it's up to you then if you want counterclockwise or clockwise. Ayan. Same naman ang lalabas na sagot. Dapat same ang lalabas na sagot. Okay po? Ayan. So, second procedure natin, apply KVL to each of the n meshes. Use Ohm's law to express the voltage in terms of mesh current. So, ito yung ating figure kanina. Ayan. So, and take note, if the equation is within the loop, so sign would be negative. If not, sign would be positive. Okay? Okay, so ibig sabihin lang nito kapag siya yung sa loob ng loop, so negative ang kanyang ating sign. Pag yung mga kapitbahay niya, ayan, kasi kinukuha din natin yung nito dito yung kanya current, So, siya ay positive na. Okay, so loop, KVL at loop 1. So, ito yung ating loop 1 or mesh 1. So, negative, ayan, 8. So, yung 8 natin, and then plus 10. Tapos ito, ayan, minus J2. So, pinagsama-sama ko na, nilag ko na sa parenthesis. Tapos, nag-minus siya. Since siya ay, yun yung sa loop, within the loop. So, ito, yung tatlo. Ngayon, yung mga kapitbahay niya is yung ating sa I3 at I2, which is ang sa I3 is yung J10, ito naman sa I2 is negative J2. So, magiging plus siya, plus J10, I3, so ganun lang yung class, plus ito, negative J2. So, yan. Lagyan ko na ng plus and then yung kanyang sign para hindi tayo malilito. So, I2 equals to 0. Okay? And then, simplify natin itong ating equation. We will have this 8 plus, yan, so negative, quantity 8 plus 38, I1, plus negative J2, I2 plus 10. Ayan, J10, I sub 3 equals to 0. So, in-arrange ko lang siya, class. So, para maganda siyang tingnan at hindi siya nakalilito. Okay, so yan po yung ating equation 1. And the next class is loop 2. Yan. Tayo ay maglo-loop sa 2. Okay? KVL at loop 2. So, start tayo dito sa voltage source. So, negative. So, ba siya ng negative? So, negative 20 bar angle 90 minus, okay? So, ito. Ayan. So, yung ating 4 minus J2 or ayan, and minus din ng J2, so yan, pwede yung negative J2 minus J2, ayan, and yung 4, so in-arrange ko lang, so yan, di minus, okay, kasi siya within the loop, and then siya ay I2, and yung mga kapitbahay niya which is positive sa I1, I1 natin, ang kanyang dito is yung kanyang component is yung negative JI2. So yung negative JI2, I1 plus. Doon sa kabila is negative JI2 din, which is yung ating I3. So negative JI2, I3 is equals to 0. And then simplify lang natin ito, class. We will get this. Okay? So yung ating negative 20 bar angle 90 plus negative J2, I1, so in-arrange ko na din, class, and then yung ating I2, so mangyayari sa kanya is negative quantity 4 minus J4, so nag-add to yung class negative na to, plus yung negative J2 na I3 is equals to 0. Ayan. So that is our equation number 2, class. Ayan. And then, papansin nyo, class, we have 3 unknowns. 1, 2, 3. Ito yung ating mesh currents. And yung pang isa na hinahanap natin, which is I sub O. So we have 4 unknowns. So we need 4 equation to solve this problem. 4 unknowns, 4 equation. Masasolve natin ang problem. Ano po? So we have 2 na, so yung dalawang KVL natin dito. Ngayon, dito naman sa I3. Ayan. So di ba, saan siya papatak? Mesh analysis with current source sa case 1. Since siya ay, yan, may current dito. So, mangyayari, so, yan, sasabay ba siya or magka-counter? So, kung mapansin natin siya ay sasabay dun sa 5 bar angle 0 degree ampere. So, mangyayari, pag siya sumabay, siya ay magpa-positive. Yan, so, kaya ang I3 natin is equals to pi bar angle 0 degree ampere. So, may value tayo ng I3. Yan. So, tatlo na lang yung hahanapin natin. Ano? I1, I2, and I sub O. Or, since ang tinatanong naman is I sub O lang, so siguro ang kahanapin na natin is I sub 2 kasi siya lang yung may connection doon. Ano? Kahit hindi natin hanapin tong I1. Kasi ang goal naman natin is mahanap tong I sub O. Okay? So, since meron tayong I sub 3, so I sub 2 na lang ang ating kailangan makuha para mapalabas natin itong ating I sub O. Ano, makuha natin yung value niya. Okay? So, the next one class is, ano pang other equation yan? Equation for I sub O. Okay? Kung mapapansin natin class, yung relationship ng I sub 2 at I sub O, kagaya ng ating in-explain kanina. So, since ito'y walang value, ano po class? So, mangyayari, so di ba ang I sub 2 natin ganun ang flow? So, siya ba ay sasabay or ka-counter or sasalungat? Ano, sa I sub O. So, di ba siya ay okay, against or siya ay sasalungat or siya ay magka-counter dito. Ano po? So, mangyayari class, ayan, so, di ba siya ay magka-counter dito. Ano? Magka-counter yung ating I sub 2 dito sa ating I sub O. So, mangyayari, ang ating I sub 2 is equals to negative I sub O since siya ay against, ano, or pwede natin gawin na kung hanapin natin ay I sub O is equals to negative I sub 2. Ayan. So, either way, ano, same naman, ano lang natin yung negative sign. So, let's now proceed sa number 3. So, solve the resulting n simultaneous equation to get mesh currents. So, first is substitute the values of I sub 3 to equation 1. So, yan. Para ma-minimize natin yung ilan. Since may value naman yung ating I sub 3. Ano po? So, ito yung ating equation 1, sinubstitute lang natin. Ito yung ating I sub 3. So, sinubstitute natin yung pi bar angle 0 degree. And paki-input na lang sa calcu and paki-check class. So, tama ba na tayo magkakaroon ng negative 8 plus J8 I1 plus negative J2 I2 plus J50. Ayan. So, ang ating equation 5 is ito, yung naging result nila. And then next one class is substitute the value of I sub 3 to equation 2. Ayan. So, yung ating negative 20 bar angle 90 kanina, so plus negative J2 I1 minus, ayan, so 4 minus J4 I2 plus and negative J I2 times I3. So, ito na, dito na natin ilalagay yung ating 5 bar angle 0. And then, input nyo lang class sa calcu. Be careful po para sa mga, lagyan nyo po ng parenthesis para hindi kayo magkakamali. And then class, so the result, yan. So, ang result nito, ano po, isasama natin dito sa negative 20 bar angle 90 and will result to 30 bar angle negative 90 degree. And then plus negative J2 I1 minus 4 minus J4 I2 is equals to 0. So ito na yung simplified, which is ito na yung ating naging equation number 6. And then the next step, eliminate I1, okay? Since I2 yung ating kailangan to get the I sub O, so we will eliminate I1 to be able to get the value of I2. So eliminate I1 using equation 5 and equation 6 na nakuha natin kanina. Okay, so i-times lang natin tong I5, yung ating equation 5 sa negative J2, and then ito namang number 6 natin, times natin ng, yan, so yung ating 8 plus J8. Ano, so in that way, ito magsisame ng value and magka-cancel siya. Okay? So pag nag-cancel yan, ayan, i-add lang natin and then we will get 340 minus J240. Okay, so yung output natin dito is equals to 68 I2. Okay, and then divide both sides by I2, so makakancel yung 68 dito, and we will get this, yan, 6.12, 01, 97, 98 per angle negative 35, 21, 75, 92, 97 degree ampere. So this is our I sub 2. Okay, input po, pakicheck na lang din po class if we have the same answer with this. And then, the next step is solving for I sub O, which is yung ating hinahanap. So again, I sub 2 is equals to negative I sub O, or negative I sub 2 is equals to I sub O. So yan. So gamitin natin yung isang equation kanina. So I sub O is equals to negative yung value ng I sub 2 natin. And then, pag in-input mo yun sa calculus, so mangyayari yan, mag-iba yung ating angle. Okay, so we get 6.1202. Ito, ni-round up ko na to class. Bar angle 144.7824 degree ampere. Ayan. So, these are answers. So, ngayon, i-check natin if tama ba yung ating sagot. Okay? Dun sa final answer. So, final answer, ayun. So, I sub O is equal 6.1202 bar angle 144, 1724 degree ampere. So, tama naman po yung ating sagot. So, ganun lang po class. Yun lang, tandaan yung mga principle, yung kanyang mga condition, rules, and ayan, magiging smooth lang yung inyong magiging pagsagot dito. So again, thank you class. And dito na nagtatapos yung ating video tutorial for mesh analysis. So I hope that you get something and you learn something from this tutorial. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials. So thank you class, and to God be all the glory. So thank you and keep safe for everyone. God richly bless you.